today. Thank you for attending. I'm going to be talking about the investment challenge and how trading and investing at school and university can transform the saving investment culture in South Africa. The first slide is just a disclaimer to understand that anything I talk about here today is not advice. I'm not a licensed FSP provider that's able to talk to you about any of the shares or that, and so therefore please understand this is for demonstration purposes only. No one at the JSE can give you advice. So the saving rate in South Africa is extremely poor. Here's an article from Fin 24 where Rion Leroux from Old Mutual is talking about the savings rate of the population of South Africa being only 3%. And that's a huge problem in this country, and it stems from many things. Obviously, our different backgrounds, our different cultures, our different upbringing as to what we have been doing at home from a young age. I don't want to embarrass anyone, but if I were to ask how many of you currently, each month, are putting money away, saving for your future? Or how many of you are teaching your kids to put money away? How many of them have piggy banks? I remember back in the day when I was a lot younger, still at school, we used to have those piggy banks, those plastic ones, those ones I think the banks used to give away. And every time my parents were away, we put money in, but every now and again we would take one of the kitchen knives and stick it in to try and take it out. Okay? That's what you don't do. Nowadays, I've got 2 kids, and what I've got is a bamboo stick that you cut from on each side, and there's no ways they can stick in a knife and take it out. But that's my way of helping my kids to actually learn to save. If you go and look at those in South Africa that are earning a salary or an income, only 15% of that is being put away to save. And that, again, compared to a lot of other countries, is extremely small. And it's about creating that habit from a young age and putting those in place, those ideas of piggy banks or whatever it is in place, to get everyone to start making this something that everyone does. This was a survey done from Old Mutual as of July 2017. I just want to clarify the difference between saving, trading, and investing. Saving is not where the JSE plays its in the market. Over there, that's long-term saving. You're putting money in the bank. You're talking about your piggy banks. You're putting money in the 32-day money market. But the important thing about this is that if you're putting your money in the bank and you're using one of those vehicles, there's a guaranteed return. It might fluctuate, but there is a guaranteed amount. When you get to trading, it's a lot shorter term, and this is short term. It's intraday. You can trade on the JSE every minute, every day. It depends on how you want to do it, but you can buy a share now at 5 minutes past 12 and sell it at 10 past 12. Nothing stops you from doing that. Obviously, it depends on what happens to the price. So for those of you that are not too familiar with the stock exchange, how you really make money in the JSE, you buy a share at a lower price and you sell it at a higher price. That's how you make money. So with trading, if the share goes from 10 Rand up to 15 Rand, you've made 5 Rand profit for every share. The problem is, if you buy a share at 10 Rand and the share goes down to 8 Rand or even to 5 Rand, you've lost 5 Rand or 8 Rand or 2 Rand, depending on at what stage you get out. So there is no guarantee in the stock market. And that's the major difference between trading and saving. Investing is longer term, 6 months, several years. You can hold it as long as you want. It's up to you. And again, investing in things like shares, exchange traded funds. But again, the important point is that there's no guarantee. And that's the major difference between saving, trading, and investing. You can choose what you want to do, and this is where you need to encourage those at home. At least you've got to start the habit of saving and putting money away. For you to open an account with a stockbroker to be able to start trading, you need an amount that you can start investing. And you can choose at what stage you start actually investing that amount. Nowadays you can buy an exchange traded fund for 100 Rand, 300 Rand. Otherwise, if you wanted to wait and buy an individual share, it's up to you at what stage you want to get in. But you can invest 500 Rand, 1,000 Rand, but you must always remember the charges. So the bigger the amount, the better. Hence, you can start saving, put your money away, and immediately then when you're ready, you go and actually start putting in the stock market. This is, I've got a slide here just showing you the benefits of investing in the stock market. I'm comparing 3 different asset classes here. We're talking about bonds, equities, and cash. And if you look at the green line, you can see from 2009 up until last year, the equity market has been doing well. Yes, in 2009 was probably the best year after a major fall in the markets, but 32% return in 2009 for equities. Over time, you can see 2011, it was only 3%. 2016, again, 3%. So yes, it does fluctuate, and yes, we go through periods where it might be going sideways. But overall, if you actually looked at the market, the equity, the all share, and you took the compound annualized growth rate, on average, each year, for the past 15 years, it's given you a return of 12.66%. Okay? Past 10 years, 6.8. In the past 5 years, 9.8. This is excluding dividends. Okay? And, of course, costs involved in whatever you invest in. So what is the JSE doing about trying to improve the saving and investment culture in South Africa? We have got an investment challenge game that is open to all high school learners as well as to university students. And we're encouraging everyone across the country to participate in this competition. You are given R1 million virtual funds, and you take that R1 million as a team, and you're buying and selling shares on the JSE. This is mimicking the real market. So whatever is happening to the share, whatever share it is, that price you will also get. The only difference is we're giving you the end of day price, so it's the closing price of the day. It's an online platform, but for those that are living in the outlying areas that might not necessarily have access to internet all the time, there is faxing and faxing and phoning if you would like to place your trades like that. So it is open to everyone to participate. The game is played by 2, 3, or 4 in a team, and that is for high school, for university. For high school, you can only play with 4 in a team. It starts in March and ends in September each year. So we are currently in the last month of the competition. On the 22nd of this month, we'll be closing the competition, and within a week, we will then be announcing the top 5 winners of the high school competition, the top 3 of the university competition. Again, for those of you who've got kids or you would like to participate next year, you can register anytime from January, February next year, and it starts in March each year. There are 3 different portfolios for the high school learners, so we're trying to help with saving and investing. You've got interest that you can earn from when you play the income game. You've got the equity game and speculator game. At the university level, you only got speculator. What it's actually offering you is the different instruments. You've got shares, exchange-traded funds, ETNs, warrants, top 40 single stock futures. So you're able to play with the different instruments depending on what level the learner or university student is at. There are monthly and annual prizes for the competition. For the 2017 winner of the university competition, there is a trip overseas to an international stock exchange, that hasn't been announced where, but when we have the prize giving, that top team will be going to another international stock exchange, plus 25,000 rands prize money for the top team. And last year they went to the Australian Stock Exchange in December. So each year we've been visiting different stock exchanges. This is the website address for those who would like to tell friends, family, and those who want to get involved. It's schools.jsc.co.za and university.jsc.co.za. Those are the two competitions. They're two separate competitions. Okay. This is a demonstration of investment of a portfolio that the JSC's got online for you. Each and every single day, you will be able to see what's happening to your shares, what is happening to your portfolio, how well you're doing. You've got the scoreboard over here. This is every single day. It's showing you how well you're doing as a team relative to the team that you participated against. Now, I've got a question. Have you ever wondered what separates the wealthy from others? Could it be our choices? This clicker seems to play games with us. So could it be our choices? Could it be every time you get some money, what are you doing with that money? That could be what separates the rich from the poor. And if you had to go and take, for example, 100 rand, you could go and buy airtime. Everyone likes to be on social media now. Everyone wants to be WhatsApping or Facebooking or airtime, phoning the girlfriend or the boyfriend. Okay? Or you could go take that same 100 rand and buy an exchange traded fund, a basket of shares, or start investing with that 100 rand. If I took 1,000 rand, some people might take the 1,000 rand and start buying clothes, dress, shoes. Again, it's about the choices we have. Or you could go and invest in a basket of shares. With the first salary slip, you could go and finance a GTI Golf. Yes, that's a bit extreme, but people go out on their first salary slip, go to the bank, and they go and say, I want to buy a new car. How much does the GTI Golf cost? I wouldn't actually know. But let's say you're paying around monthly installments of 8,000 rand. You could go and rather buy a second-hand vehicle and invest the difference. You could go buy a Polo and go and invest the difference. How much is a Polo going to cost you on a monthly basis? Maybe 3,000 rand. The difference of 5,000 rand is you could go and take that and invest it in shares or even property, wherever you put it, wherever you choose to, you can go and invest this money. The problem is we all got choices, and a lot of us in life, I think it's a culture, or it's an upbringing of we want to be better than the person next door. We're always competing against somebody else. It's all about status. And we want to look good. So we want to buy the best shoes, best cell phone, best new car, and we are not prioritizing saving and investing, putting money away for later. So you can choose status or you can choose wealth. You can choose to spend your money now, or you can choose to spend your money later. And it's all about delayed gratification. It's about teaching the youth of today that instead of spending that money, that pocket money they've been given, how about putting that money away and delaying that spend, delaying that gratification, and later on using that money. You probably could buy a lot more cell phones and a lot more pair of shoes. If you go and put it down the road, you go and rather invest that money now. And that's what we're trying to teach everyone is let's bring that culture of delayed gratification. But I know it's like money that burns in your pockets. The quicker we spend it, the better it is. But we need to try and challenge ourselves and our family to put that money away. Warren Buffett's a good example. He still lives in the same house that he bought when he got married 50 years ago. The house does not even have walls around his property. He still drives his car himself, and he does not have security guards wherever he works. Now, you do understand who Warren Buffett is, everyone, right? Third richest man on earth, $60 billion worth, richest investor in the world. Warren owns the largest jet company in the world, yet he never flies with a jet. So here again, he's making those choices, and I believe those choices were made from when he was a youngster, and they didn't start once he had money, because he started to invest, and again, it's about choices. He started to invest at the age of 11 years old. He bought his first share for 38 Rand. The unfortunate part is it fell to 27 Rand, and his sister was on his case, and so the moment it went back to around 40 Rand, he sold his shares for 2 Rand profit per share, or $2 per share. The problem is, getting his sister off his back, he then lost out on the movement. It went to over $200 a share in the next few years. Some lessons to be learnt. Start with small amounts. He started at 11 years old, so don't delay. Choose your shares well and be patient. Be careful of who you're listening to. Warren listened to his sister on his first investment, and it's like noise. Every time you start trading, it's like noise. You have people on your case. And that's why the best traders in life are the traders that keep quiet about their investments or their trading ideas. Because why? When you start telling your friends and family, I've made this investment, all of a sudden you've put pressure on yourself. You've told them I bought whatever share it is, let's say Sasol at 390 Rand a share, and now they're going to be watching Sasol. And next time Sasol goes down to 300 Rand, you feel that pressure because you've told others. The traders that are successful in life do not tell their family members and boast about what they're doing, because then you don't ever have that pressure. Start young. So, here's an example of somebody that is 18 years old today. Let's say there's somebody out here that's 18 years old today, and you put 1,000 Rand away. When Warren was 11 years old, so you're 11 years old, you went to put money away in the stock market. And if your parents started saving for you, and a lot of parents today do that, put money away each time it's their kid's birthday. For example, myself as well, every year it's my kid's birthday, I go and buy exchange-traded funds, baskets of shares. And now that they're old enough, or since the age of 2 or 3, I've been getting them to pick a ping pong ball out of a container with the name of an exchange-traded fund that they select for their birthday. They might not like me giving them a ball and they don't understand what I'm doing, but years down the line, hopefully they're going to see the benefit. And already family members are seeing the benefit. So it's about teaching your kids from a young age this culture. So if you went and bought this when you were 11 years old, that was 2010, Pick and Pay, it would be worth 1,442 Rand, which is 44% increase since 2010. From the time you were born, that would be a 734% increase. Remember, this is not taking into consideration brokerage fees or any tax or anything like that. It's just purely the amount. I'm just trying to show you the principle. Sasol, 1,395 Rand or 8,866 Rand. If you look at F&B, 3,445 Rand since 2010. Or 11,543 Rand from 18 years ago. If you look at Woolworths, 2,533 Rand, that's a 153% increase. Or 18,000 Rand if you went and bought it 18 years ago. And the last one, it isn't extreme, but that's PSG, 8,296 Rand or 96,082 Rand since you were 18 years old in 1999. Can you see the power of putting money away long term? If you look and went and took your money and put it in the bank, when you're 11 years old, you put 1,000 Rand in the bank. Today, it will be worth 1,662 Rand, somewhere around there. If you put it from the time you were born, it's about 3,400 Rand. Okay? At a 7% interest rate, I'm just averaging it out. So you can compare. But the point is, it's a principle about putting small amounts away. This is a once-off amount, once off. You could have actually gone and put this on a yearly basis. Every time there's another birthday, put some money away. This is just a once-off amount. And that would be a lot more powerful. Again, you can reinvest the dividends. This example is without reinvesting the dividends. Each time the company pays dividends, you can go and put that money away. So, if you wanted to get started today, for those of you that are still at school, you can participate in the school competition. Remember, it's ending now. You can still go register and play for the next 20-something days. However, end of this month, it's ending. With the university, you can participate as well. But for those of you that are not at school, not at university, and you are wanting to start investing, but you're a bit nervous, you can go and register for our virtual trading game. It's a platform that is just a simulator. It is not an actual competition, but it allows you to trade in any of the shares on the JSE, and you get a feel of what is happening with the market. It's a 15-minute delayed share price. So every 15 minutes, it's changing, and you can go in and out and see how well you do with R1 million that we give you. Remember, it's not a competition. It's just for you to go and practice. But once you're ready, there are courses, learn.jsc.za that the JSC has got that you can also follow. And then, if you're ready, you can go and open a tax-free savings account or an ETF account where it's baskets of shares, or open with a stockbroker. And again, you can find the list of stockbrokers there if you want to buy individual companies on the JSC. So, there's a link for everyone here, those of you that would like to get involved. Lastly, my ending point, all of us have the ability to improve South Africa's saving and investment culture by teaching the youth about starting to save and invest early. And it's about getting that word out there and getting people to start doing it. Obviously, we're going to lead by example as parents, but it's about bringing that culture into the family environment to start and getting, and over time, obviously, learning about the different products that are out there and available. Delayed gratification is probably one of the biggest themes that we could do to stop us spending all our money and start putting it away. I have piggy banks all over my house as well, those bamboo sticks and whatever else, and it's something that every time there's money around the house, it's going straight in there. Or the next trip, my son likes snowboarding. He wants to go snowboard overseas. Again, put that money in the piggy bank and we can plan a trip. So it's about delaying that spending habit. And that's what we need to encourage the youth of South Africa. These are the social media websites that you can follow for the investment challenge. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. It's all there for both high school and university. And again, these are contact details if anyone wants to participate. If there are any teachers or educators out here, we'd love to work with you to get your classrooms involved, your school involved, the universities involved. If there's any connection, please do come and visit us after the stand. You can give us your details. I can work with you to try and help as many of the youth get involved in the stock market and actually these investment challenge games. If there are any questions, I'm more than willing to answer anything. Otherwise, thank you for listening and participating. Yes, there's a question. We need to give you the mic. Good.
invest,
Yes.
if you want to invest, how much do you have to start with?
If you want to invest, what is the amount to invest? It depends on what you're investing in, but you can start
Okay, let's say I have maybe 15 rand in my pocket.
15 rand.
Yeah.
You'd probably find that you need to save that 15 rand until you get into 100, 300 rand before you can actually start putting it
Start a
away.
little.
Okay?
Do you start a little then?
With that amount, you can go with there are brokers out there that will take 300, 500 rand. It depends on what product you're buying. If you're buying baskets of shares, you can start at a small amount. If you're buying individual shares, it's better that you have a bigger amount. You must remember you're trying to.
Cost about basket of shares.
There is a presentation today on exchange traded funds. Just look on the schedule there and you'll find Marina Fisser, who's from ETFSA. She's going to be talking about exchange traded funds, which is baskets of shares. So attend that and learn about it. It's diversifying. Instead of taking a risk in one company, you're getting exposure to many, and it's at a lower cost, and it's cheaper to start with that. So we can take it out afterwards if you don't mind, and I can explain more. I don't mind doing that. Is there any other questions with the presentation that you would like to ask? Yes, you can just pass the mic.
I just need to get out of this property. I don't know, maybe it could have been community free, but actually you can open this equities account and you can invest in like actually 2 years once you've got your typical proof live and documentation. I take proof of presence, open an account, it's free to open, no money fees. You'll get, I think, the transaction costs, it has been like 64 cents per 100 rand, so scale it down, you'll probably be like 10 cents or 15 rand. You can invest in 15 rand. Yeah.
Okay, are there any other questions for us? Thank you very much for attending, and if anyone wants a copy of the slides, you can get